Next guest has been writing beautiful, hilarious, heartwarming fiction about modern women in the modern world.
Yes, and she's sold an incredible 35 million books in 36 different languages around the world. And her latest novel, My Favourite Mistake, is already a smash hit.
Here to tell us more is our dear friend Marian Keyes. What a treat to see you.
So nice
right
to
back
see you.
at you. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
She used to come on Big Brother's Little Brother. But, like, she knew everything. Remember, you were obsessed with Victor, weren't you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't do things by halves.
No.
No dimmer switch. Like, you know, I'm on or I'm off. And when I like something, I utterly love it. Yeah, I was a true believer.
You
It was such
then,
fun.
weren't you, as well?
Yeah.
How many books now? 30?
Well, with 35 million, but 16 novels.
16 novels.
Yeah.
35 million.
I mean, just
Congratulations.
Thank
So
you.
so brilliant.
So, here it is.
We were actually just discussing in the break, because you write books.
Yeah.
You write children's books. And the work that goes into writing, what was that?
We just both looked at
each other and thought, is he blowing a balloon?
To kind of make it lucky, they blow on dice. Was that what you were doing?
No, I love the sound of a book when you blow in it. And there's a lovely smell that comes off a book.
Go on.
That just happens.
We learn new things
on the
about you all the time, Dermot.
Isn't that great smell of a new book?
Yeah.
There's
nothing like a paper book.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But like the work and the body of work that takes, like, there's a lot of pages there.
There's a lot of pages, yes.
How does writing look to you? Because I'm always interested, and you guys were discussing that in the break. Do you have those periods of time that you dedicate to it, or is it something that happens throughout the year, or is there that pressure of the next novel needs to be out?
Yeah, I mean, like, it's a really lovely job to have, but it is a job. And I used to think, you know, I would just lie around on the couch eating Maltesers and waiting for inspiration. And it doesn't work. Like, I have to get up every morning and sit at my desk and hope that words will come. But there are days when kind of nothing comes, you know, and then I can't eat the Maltesers. I still have to kind of go back over what I've written. So, like, it's very much, you have to sit down and you have to try. Even when, you know, the inspiration isn't, like...
And that's tough.
Yeah.
But because this is the 7th in the Walsh Sisters collection, right? So is it Claire, Margaret, Rachel, Anna and Helen?
Helen,
Some of
yeah.
them have 2 books.
Yeah, I mean, there are 5 sisters.
Yeah.
And each of them got 1 each, like 1,000 years ago. And I said I'd never write a sequel until suddenly I felt, OK, I'll try it. So I wrote 1 for Rachel.
Was she your favourite? Was Rachel your favourite?
No,
sister?
they're all my favourite. I mean, I know that sounds weird, but it's kind of like whatever's going on for me at the time or whatever interests me. And I think, OK, I can match that to this character.
Right.
And, you know, with this one, this character, Anna, she was kind of the right age for what I wanted to write about. So, like, she's in her late 40s, and I wanted to write a love story about people in midlife. Yeah. Because, you know, we don't get much, you know, because people think you age out of falling in love at 32.
Yeah.
And, like, you don't. Like, I see it around me all the time.
Yeah.
And especially people are doing those kind of second things of, you know, my 2 characters, Anna and Joey, have been in love with each other on and off for, like, 20 years, but never really at the same time.
Sure.
They both married other people. And now neither of them are married and they've ended up in the same place. And it's about how you deal with falling in love when you are less young. And I don't think...
not old.
Not old, yeah, that's the thing.
Exactly.
You see, the whole idea of ageing has changed.
Yeah.
You know, it used to be the case, like, you got to 60 and basically, like, you know, you were invisible.
Knacker's yard.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, good luck, bye, thanks. But no, because we live so much longer, we're so much more, you know, with the fish oils and all, you know,
Yeah.
and, you know, and the Pilates.
We're
Yeah.
aware. We're aware.
Yeah.
We know how to stay young now.
Exactly.
That's what
You know,
it is.
and we can figure out Netflix. You know,
Yeah,
be on time. Yeah. You know, I speak about my mother. She has watched all of it, but she constantly, you know, it's broken again. You know, and then it's the end of the world. But yeah, so this is about people who, and also, I don't think anyone gets to midlife without having accumulated some kind of parcels of shame.
Yeah.
I mean, I speak for myself. You know, I would love a time machine and go back and fix things that I did when I was younger and more clueless. And it's about these 2 people meeting up again, and they both have hurt each other. You know, and they both have that stuff. And it's like, how do you navigate it? And how do you kind of forgive yourself?
Is it lovely to write with characters as they grow older as well? Because presumably, what was the first year?
It was 1995,
Right.
and she was 29.
So exactly.
Yeah.
So it must be so lovely to write with those characters
as they get older.
them.
Yeah, because obviously I will only write about what interests me.
Yeah.
You know, and obviously the things that interest me have changed as I've got older. And I'm kind of one of these people, like, I am older, but I'm also kind of in denial about it. You know, I still want all the youthful things, all the nice youthful things from my characters. Like, not any of the unpleasant ones, like the memory lapses and all, but and the bad knees. But yeah, it's nice to kind of... I've always tried to write about contemporary women and the world around us, and to give a voice to whatever, you know, painful and interesting stuff that's going on.
Yeah, great.
And this was actually set around the time of the pandemic.
It's at the end of the pandemic, when an awful lot of people did a midlife pivot, and Anna, my character, was living in New York. She was working for a skincare PR company, getting free stuff up the wazoo, like the best job in the whole world. And then it was too stressy, too awful. She couldn't do it anymore. She just burnt out, kind of a lot of people did after the pandemic, and she didn't want to live in New York anymore. And she'd had to do lockdown with her boyfriend, and they discovered that, like, yeah, we're grand when we don't see each other that often, but now that we're together all the time...
Lockdown's not ideal.
No, yeah. So she comes back to Ireland and she tries to get a new job because she thinks if she worked in New York, she can have any job in Ireland. They're like, no. So her life is very different. And she meets this man and she also meets a woman that she was once friends with, which is... I also wanted to write about female friendship and the kind of the murky complexities around it.
Yeah.
Because... it's a really weird thing, the mythology around female friendship. Like, you were meant to be friends forever. You can never fall out.
So true.
Like that men will come and men will go, but like your girlfriends are there forever. But that's not the reality.
Yes.
And there's a lot of shame when women stop being friends. And you know, if your heart is broken by a loved one, everyone is really nice to you.
Sympathy's there. Yeah,
and they give you chocolate and they say, let her lie down and let her listen to Barry Manilow and cry. Please, let her. But if you say, yeah, she and I, we're not friends anymore, people go, you weirdo, you monster.
Yes.
Like, what did you do? But it's as painful as a romantic breakup.
Grieving those friendships, of course.
So I wanted to kind of open up the
Doesn't
conversation.
happen with guys.
And there's a really different feeling, I think. I know what you mean.
Like, if a guy says to me, oh, we fell out, like, what do you mean?
Yes,
What do you talk about that's that deep where you'd fall out?
How did we even get to that place? Like, we barely talk. We can't fall out if we barely talk.
Yeah, there's nothing there. Whereas women are,
they're more
intense.
they're like marriages, like friendship marriages,
they
aren't
are.
they? And
that's so well put.
occasionally there's the odd divorce.
Oh, yeah, more than
does.
occasionally, but there isn't any room for us to talk about it.
You're so right.
We could talk to you for hours, but congratulations with the
Thank
adaptations and
you.
everything, and the great podcast too, which we love.
Thanks.
But my favourite mistake is out right now. Marian Keyes, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Gorgeous.
Thank
Thank you so
you.
much.
Out on the 13th of Feb. Thank you so much.
Thank
Oh, hello.
you.
Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload tons of new content every single day. So hit the subscribe button, like all the videos, and don't miss out. We'll see you in the morning.